Some people move on, but not us. Not us. Welcome to the Pixel Park Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Toby. This fortnight, I am joined by the over-swarmed and overflowing and overstacked and just worked Ethan with the amount of news that's going on.
Yeah, that sounds pretty damn accurate, to be honest. Yeah,
so much news this fortnight, it's crazy. And we've got a bit of a special guest this fortnight. Instead of the usual Lucas or Jesse, we've got Barney with us this fortnight. How you going, man?
Howdy, I'm doing well. I am looking forward to catching up with the news as everyone else is.
Oh yeah, there's so much. And the topic of conversation this fortnight, I mean, we've got so much news, we figured that's going to take up so much time, but the topic of conversation is Super Bowl, and specifically the trailers. There was a number of trailers that dropped through that in the halftime and sort of pre-show, post-show, so we're going to be talking about those, having a look at those, some juicy stuff, so stick around for that. Before we get into that, let's jump straight into the news because there's so much. Get us started, Ethan.
First we got is Marvel seems to be planning several X-Men TV shows for Disney+. This isn't confirmed, this is still just rumors, as Marvel hasn't really confirmed any of their plans, and they can't yet because Fox, their merger hasn't been completed. But heavy rumors are that they are planning X-Men TV shows, which would actually be a good way to get the X-Men into the MCU and started, rather than just chucking out a bunch of movies and confusing a general audience with the movies that are already out there. Especially with Dark Phoenix and New Mutants coming out this year.
Yeah, so we're talking about like full reboot, recast, or...
Yeah, full reboot, full recast, everything like that.
Probably makes sense. I mean, when did the first X-Men movie come out?
99, 98, I think.
Right, so I mean, Hugh Jackman's now like 20 years older and things like that, so...
Sorry, 2000.
It's even funny, like watching the Endgame trailer today, and I was seeing Chris Evans, and I'm like, yeah, he's still a young man, but he's not as young as he was. Like, you can see the age starting to creep in a little bit, and that's the thing.
I mean, he's over 100 though, so.
Yeah, but he's been kept on ice. He should be.
Yeah.
But look, reboots. I mean, it's going to make sense because it's then going to allow them to, I suppose, click it into the MCU if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, definitely. Next we have Michael Gandolfini, who is the son of James Gandolfini, has been cast as Tony Soprano in the prequel movie, which is a nice thing to do. I think they've already cast John Bernthal and Vera Farmiga are cast in the movie as well.
Okay, cool. I never got into Sopranos, but I guess that's cool.
I know.
Did you ever watch that, Barney?
Unfortunately not, but I know that is a amazing show.
Yeah, fair enough.
Next we have, apparently the solo Black Widow movie will reportedly be filming at the end of next month, which is the end of this month, I think, because this is news from last week. So yes, at the end of this month, the Black Widow movie will start. Yeah. Still no concrete information on when it's set, but it's rumored to be set not long before, I think from the 90s up until her first appearance in Iron Man 2, set between that sort of time.
Yeah,
and may also include Winter Soldier, or Bucky Barnes. He's rumored to appear in the movie too.
Makes sense. We kind of guessed that might happen.
Yeah, they have it fast.
Yeah, definitely. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously they're going to cast one of the, because we saw a flashback to her past, and there was
in Age of Ultron.
Did they just use her and de-age her? I can't remember.
They just used her. They didn't de-age her or anything, but they just used her for it.
Right. I wondered if they'd cast someone young. That was all to sort of play the part.
No, I think they might just try and de-age her a little bit, like they've done with all Captain Marvel and all of this coming out. I mean, she still looks young, but it's obviously it has a difference.
A lot of that training, I think, sort of took place when she was meant to be 15 or 16. So
yeah, it would have.
So
there might be a new person playing it, but she might also be in it as well. It could be a mixture of both.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It'll be interesting.
It'll be good. Especially in a hardcore spy movie, which is obviously a different genre to take the MCU in as well.
Yeah, but it kind of needs to be in order to sort of really show her skills.
Ryan Reynolds has recently said that Deadpool 3, which is in development, is looking at going a completely different direction than the first two.
Yeah, no shit.
Whatever that means.
It's called PG-13.
He added on, often they reboot or change the character maybe like 4 movies too late. So who knows?
It'll be. He's getting ready for Disney.
I think it could be, which is unfortunate because I prefer it. Well, Bob Iger has said they can do the R-rated movies, and I heard a rumor a while back, a couple of weeks back, that they wanted to do a sort of subdivision of the MCU, which was R-rated movies, and Deadpool would fit in there, and so would the Black Widow movie because that's rumored to be R-rated as well. So they can coexist alongside each other. It's just going to be under a subdivision of
Yeah, because
Marvel.
I know Disney has another production house that it owns that it tends to shove the more adult stuff into. And I'm not talking about MCU, I'm just talking about their movies in general. I can't remember what it's called.
Touchstone Pictures.
Yeah, Touchstone. I think it is, yeah. Yeah, they send anything that's sort of not family-friendly tends to get shoved into that. I don't know if they'd go that far, but I suppose that is one option.
Yeah.
Well, a good example of Disney pushing, like, even something animated to their Touchstone Pictures was Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, that's technically a Disney movie, but they put it on the Touchstone brand because it was deemed just too scary for the target audience.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, I hope that, Disney can see the value in an R-rated Deadpool.
I think they will, because Once Upon a Deadpool did not go down very well.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to distance themselves by putting it into Touchstone, I don't think anybody's really going to care. But
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Now we've got a Highlander reboot movie may become a TV show instead. Now, I've never seen Highlander, so this isn't on my radar at all.
That has me concerned.
Yeah, I mean, there already was a Highlander TV show, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, no.
Well,
it was not.
Chad Stahelski, I think he's done the John Wick movies. He's attached to direct. I could be wrong, but I think he's done John Wick.
Look, the director might be okay, but it's about who actually plays the main characters. You had Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert.
Well, Ryan Reynolds was attached at one point, but he's dropped out now.
I think that makes me happy a little bit, because I don't think Ryan Reynolds suits the kind of role that Highlander is.
Yeah, it's a serious role. I like the quote, though. So now current director Chad Stahelski has revealed his plans, blah, blah, blah. It's a good property. It's got a lot of potential. We're just trying to figure out the best way not to fuck it up. Not to try and fit it into a 1 hour, 45-minute movie, which when your pitch is there can be only one, and in your first movie you kill everyone but one. Sequels have a problem of happening. So we're trying to design a way that gives us a little more lead in, a little more time with the mythology, to see some of the best characters, etc. Alright, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good reason, because he's got a point. Again, because Highlander 2 was notorious for having so many problems. Just amazing level problems, because they had to try and hurry off a sequel, and it just didn't work. Anyway.
Yeah, well, it's because the first one was just so, good. They're like, we could do a sequel without even considering what there can only be one entails.
By the way, he's really an alien. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What? The worst. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'll wait and see. I'll be interested to see when we start seeing some casting for that.
It'd be amazing if they brought Christopher Lambert back, but in the teaching role that Sean Connery was in. Yeah.
Next we have Nicolas Cage has joined the Color Out of Space movie adaptation from H.P. Lovecraft, which
I'm familiar with the story.
Toby might be happy about. I'm not sure.
Wait and see. I mean, the thing is, Lovecraft stuff is notoriously difficult to adapt into anything other than written form. It's...
I don't know.
The cool thing is...
Stephen King did a pretty good job with Tommyknockers.
No. Video games and movies and all that sort of stuff, it's very, very difficult, because a lot of his stuff is psychological. So... if you're going to cast someone that needs to go completely fucking batshit crazy, I suppose Nick Cage is a good pick.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, a lot of his stuff, the stories are very psychological. It's the person coming to realize that, they're insignificant, and the psychological terror. And that's always extremely hard to put on a screen. But I'm excited purely because we don't see a lot of Lovecraft stuff, so, we'll see what happens.
Next we have Netflix, with acquired Millarworld, is doing a new movie called Reborn, which Sandra Bullock may star in. So Millarworld, obviously from Mark Millar, the comic book writer, he sold the rights to, I think, a whole bunch of his comic book properties to Netflix, which will then turn them into movies and TV shows. Right. And it says, the reports suggest that Bullock will take on the lead role in the movie, which tells the story of an 80-year-old woman who dies and then finds herself reborn in a magical world of dragons and monsters called Adristia. There she reunites with many of her loved ones except for her husband who passed away before her. She joins her late father and Julia takes her all over the land to find her missing husband.
That's kind of neat. So you die in this world, and then you come into the next one as like a fantasy warrior kind of world.
Yeah. It kind of seems like the images look like a bit futuristic and fantasy mixed.
Yeah, bit sort of He-Man.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris McKay, who did the Lego Batman movie, is directing this one.
Okay. That'd be interesting.
So Miller World also includes Kick-Ass, and I think they have so Miller World properties have already been adapted, which included Wanted, Kick-Ass, and Kingsman. They're all part of the Miller World. Next, we had a new teaser trailer for The Boys.
I did not watch this.
Which is coming summer 2019, so winter for us.
Right.
So May, June, July for us, this will be. I'm just looking now. I think it's a little graphic, yeah.
Yeah, because Boys, the comic, was always pretty graphic from memory.
And it's definitely, it's going to be graphic, yeah. And it's definitely making a lot of references to the Justice League and shit like that as well.
Right, okay.
If you watch the trailer, you can see they're sort of ripping on them a little bit.
Yeah, well, I said...
But it looks quite good.
I remember I mean, obviously they're going to have to modernise some things, because I remember there being quite a few scenes in the comics that were a bit sexist.
Yeah.
And
this is graphic.
I just don't think a modern audience would tolerate some of that. I don't know.
No.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Next, we have the cast for the Breaking Bad movie has been revealed.
Yes.
Now, the rumors are going around that the movie was based on Aaron Paul after the end of Breaking Bad, so he's obviously been cast in it. But we have Jonathan Banks, who played Mike, Jesse Plemons, who played Todd, Skinny Pete, Badger, all his friends. You also have Kristen Ritter and Bryan Cranston coming back.
Interesting.
And I'm wondering if those two may be sort of, he's going a bit insane and he's talking to them in his head or something like that, or if it's flashbacks.
Yeah.
Who knows? But the thing is, this hasn't been officially confirmed, I don't think. The cast list and the movie. I don't think that AMC has publicly said it is a real thing or not. Bryan Cranston has said that one is in the works, but that's as far as confirmation's gone. Next, we've got Matt Smith has pretty much joined Jared Leto in Morbius, the Spider-Man spin-off movie that will not contain Spider-Man, but will be connected to Venom.
Yeah, because it's part of the Sony family of things.
Sony Fanverse. So yeah, there'll be references to Venom in it, if not.
Do we know what he's playing as, or
he's the villain to Jared Leto's Morbius?
Okay, he's doing a bit of that lately, hasn't he? Smith's been doing a bit of villain.
We had another trailer for The Umbrella Academy, which is coming to Netflix on the... Oh, how long away is it? It's the end of this month sometime.
Right, this is basically the British, X-Men,
Misfits.
isn't it?
Oh, X-Men, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically British X-Men, right?
Yeah. But I'm excited. This looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's coming... What's it coming to? Is it Netflix, or is it...
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah, well, then there's no reason not to sit down and watch it.
Exactly. Comes February 15th, next week.
Oh, sweet.
We have a Starship Troopers TV show with the original movie cast is apparently being planned.
Right?
Seriously? What?
Yeah.
What?
Right?
Oh
okay, so
God.
I mean, it's still in the planning stages, but apparently, yeah, they're trying to get the original team back together. I think Neil Patrick Harris would be a bit of a hard get at the moment because he's just
right.
Like he took off, but I mean.
Everyone else, what the fuck?
Has Denise Richards done anything in the last 20 years? She was hot when she was young. Didn't she hook up with fucking Charlie Sheen or something and just get like obliterated?
Yes.
Didn't he just like bury her?
Pretty much.
So, yeah, I mean, if they can get, I mean, and to be fair, like Neil Patrick Harris's character is pretty easily disposable in that, because he was Intel and he was not on the screen a lot. So, yeah, I'd love to see sort of them come back in a TV series where they're now the vets and, bringing through the younger crew. Yeah, do it.
I mean, it's easy enough to get Casper back, Denise Richards. You can get Jake Busey back.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. All the rest will be easy. They're not doing anything. It'd be a good payday for them all. They'll be up for it.
Yeah, if it happens, it'll be real good.
Yeah. Next, we have John Cena, who will be starring in a Jason Bateman-directed comedy for Netflix. So again, Jason Bateman keeping with the Netflix family. Now he's going to directing rather than starring. The film's plot centers on a family that happens to be trapped inside an abandoned film studio when the old movie sets somehow come to life. So obviously John Cena's going to be the dad.
This is the thing, like, he's done this sort of role before.
Yeah.
with that
Bumblebee.
film with Mark Wahlberg, whatever it was, and Will Ferrell, where they're all like, multiple daddies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, and then it's all stepdaddies, and then they're like, who could be Wahlberg's, intimidating stepdaddy thing, and it was like John Cena gets off the bike at the end.
Yeah.
Like, I like John, even though his role was short, I liked him in The Wall. I want to see him in more serious roles, and I don't mean cliche, campy, fucking muscle head kind of WWF roles. I'd like to see him do some serious stuff, because I think he could do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And not necessarily action stuff either. Batista's done some really interesting stuff. Sure, there's been action sequences in a lot of it, but I'd just like to see, sort of... I think Cena can do the Jarhead Soldier well, or he could do a few other things, and I don't know. But then again, I suppose you look at early Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he did a lot of really crappy comedy stuff too.
Yeah.
And, I guess we'll see. It's still, he's, in terms of his acting career, you can't do wrestling forever. He's still fairly young in terms of acting. He could be doing this for a lot longer, so... But yeah, I'd like to see the guy step out of comedy and do some more serious stuff. I think he'd do well.
I'm sure he'll get there eventually.
My two cents.
Now we've got Detective Pikachu sequel is apparently already in the works from the 22 Jump Street writers.
Terrible.
So obviously they have some faith that this first Detective Pikachu movie is going to...
Oh yeah. Yeah, Barney's already bought his tickets. Barney's already bought his tickets. Yeah, he lined up.
Wow. Alright.
Yeah.
He's a keen bean.
I don't know if you know what you're talking about there, hey.
Oh, come on, you're ready for Detective Pikachu, aren't you?
Look, I'll go watch it if you come as well, Toby.
Pika, 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 Pika. What the fuck? It's a yellow rat.
And then all of a sudden Ryan Reynolds is like just talking. It's just I don't know if I could imagine Pikachu having the personality of Ryan Reynolds.
Well,
Is it
people
kind of?
want
Would
to
it
see
kind
Danny
of?
DeVito
I
instead.
never got into Pokemon, so maybe you can attest this. Would it kind of be like watching porn and then the chick opens her mouth and it's Ryan Reynolds talking? Is that kind of how bad and jarring it would be?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
Now
mean-
I understand.
I'd be more like,
But
Ben
it's
Affleck talking. Like, just like, what? You're better than this. You can do something else.
Depressed Affleck.
There's so many people who wanted Danny DeVito as the voice instead of Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, look, if you're going to go the Danny DeVito route, might as well just go full and go Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, fuck. No.
Give me Gilbert Gottfried as Pikachu.
We had it in the land, we don't need it again.
Pika!
Oh dear. Or Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh,
no.
Exactly. It's like full Tourette's Pikachu.
I
we just
would
killed
be
it.
so on board with this.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Next, we've got Bill and Ted 3 might release this Christmas, says the producer. They haven't even started filming it yet, but it might release this Christmas.
Yeah, I guess this is the thing. We're seeing a lot of films now with quick turnarounds. I suppose part of that is obviously technology in terms of editing, where they're no longer going through spools of film. It's just dump everything to a hard drive and away you go. No processing, none of this. So I guess that speeds things up a bit. And with something like Bill and Ted, there's going to be some CG, but it's not like it's going to be like mountains of CG work. So yeah, ideally you would want that kind of film to come out at Christmas because everyone's gonna get see it.
And two bits of news I didn't have down, but I'm going to say now because we're talking about this. Talking about quick turnaround, Zombieland 2 has officially started filming and that's released the first poster because it's been 10 years since the first one. So there's that.
Yep.
And we also, a bit of news dropped today that Keanu Reeves was actually cast as the role that Jude Law is playing in Captain Marvel, but had to drop out with John Wick 3.
Okay.
But Keanu Reeves was supposed to originally be who Jude Law was playing, but John Wick 3's production got stepped up and he had to drop out, so they quickly swooped in and got Jude Law instead.
Right. Okay.
Which means we still could get Keanu in a future one. It means he's not out of the family yet.
I would have liked to have seen. Never going to happen though. Now I would have liked to have seen a Doctor Strange starring Keanu Reeves. I think he could have done it.
Give me Keanu Reeves as Adam Warlock.
Oh,
now you're talking.
ooh, yeah,
Now you're talking.
yeah, that's not bad.
One, it kind of suits the role, and two, I want Keanu Reeves to stick around in this Marvel universe.
And isn't Adam Warlock doesn't age and all that sort of shit as well. So having Keanu Reeves,
That's perfect.
for that too. Yeah. Next we have Oscar Isaac is in talk to join Dune. Some more news no one cares about, so we'll just skip past that now.
Fucking foreigner.
You peasant.
No, it's June.
June. Yeah, so he's playing Leto Atreides, which is the
Father.
Yeah, the father, which was played by Jürgen Prochnow originally. Yeah. Well, actually, if you scroll down, we might as well bung them together because there was another June casting, and that was Javier Bardem, who you've seen from
Javier Bardem, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing Stilgar, who's one of the leaders of the Fremen. So that
Okay.
works. Yeah, that works.
Cool.
Yeah, there's some really good casting going into this film.
Do we have a cast yet for Harkonnen yet? Like Baron Harkonnen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just seeing another one here that we haven't touched on. Zendaya, who is most commonly known from her Spider-Man movie as Michelle, she's up for a role in it too. She's up for Chani, the Freeman warrior.
She's the love interest that Sean Young played in the original. Yeah, that
so
works.
One that Timothée Chalamet is going to be playing.
Yeah,
so she's up for that.
In the book, he ends up marrying her, and actually, no, he doesn't marry her. That's right. No, in spoilers.
Spoilers.
Werewolves. But he ends up having a relationship with her. So yeah, cool.
So there you go.
Yeah, that works. Because the thing is, too, in the original book,
a lot of people for this movie.
Yeah,
a lot of names.
Yeah, well, in the original book too, because Paul's only meant to be like 15 or 16, and then because if you watch the David Lynch film, you're like, well, he looks a lot older than that, and so does Shani, and it's sort of they bumped them up a few years, I guess. But this looks like they're really going back to the book, and I know that the chap playing Paul was 23 or something, but he looks like he's 16. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's good. I'm really looking forward to this. This is with Denis on running it. It's going to be good.
Actually, my dream cast, just before we go, my dream cast for Baron Harkonnen would be Vincent D'Onofrio.
It's Stellan Skarsgård. So the Skarsgård dad, who's from Thor.
He's in Thor.
Yeah, obviously he's going to be in a lot of makeup, but he's got the right sort of shaped head and face for the part. So
I guess, but like
they'll fatten him up and
I was going to say like there's definitely going to be a fat suit involved.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, all right.
And they've got Reverend Mother Mahim. That's cast. Batista's playing Raban, who's a Harkonnen, so he's in there. That's pretty good. Yeah, there's some good names. Oh yeah, I can see the Shani rumor in here now. Yeah. Zendaya. Yeah, cool. Yeah, good stuff.
Next we've got Zack Snyder will be returning to a zombie heist movie for Netflix called Army of the Dead. Now the script was written 10 years ago. He said there's been some changes because the script would be extremely controversial if they were to include certain aspects of that in now, which I will not go into. But Zack Snyder said that this is the first time he's had no handcuffs on him for a movie, and he can just do what he wants to do with this. So he's happy to, which I think is obviously reference to DC with Justice League.
So this will be his first thing after DC, ain't it? Won't it?
Yeah, this is his first thing since he left Justice League.
Oh, well, probably what he needs then is a bit of free reign.
It has a budget of upwards of 90 million. Sorry, 90.
That's healthy.
90 US million. So, yeah. And it's being produced and distributed by Netflix.
Oh, okay, so it'll be a Netflix thing. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Next on to the news that's pissing me off a bit. Warner Brothers has officially dated Matt Reeves' The Batman for June 25th, 2020. They are going... Ben Affleck has said goodbye to the role, and they're going to cast someone different, most likely a younger Batman. And they're also taking this back to his roots of being the world's greatest detective, with it actually being a detective story, with the Penguin being rumoured as well as Hush and a bunch of other characters as well.
Right, so June 2021 release date we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to see a proper detective story Batman, but if it seems odd... Yeah, I mean, less action, more detective. I don't think it's what the bulk of the public want, to be honest.
I actually, to be honest, I liked... Justice League wasn't a great movie, but I really liked Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne Batman and Batman vs Superman. I actually really liked him in that. I thought he was really good.
And I mean, he didn't want to do it when Snyder went out. Basically.
No, yeah.
Once Snyder left, he was not interested anymore.
No.
I mean, obviously Snyder had sold him on his 5-movie plan or whatever, and Affleck was like, "Hell's yeah, I'm on board with that."
All of them were. Even Jason Momoa said that he can't really talk about it, but he's pissed off that the Zack Snyder cut never got released because that's what everyone really enjoyed.
Yeah, but It is what it is. But I'd be interested. I mean, the trouble is the original detective stories were amazing because Batman had technology like DNA and stuff that didn't exist at the time when they were making these comics.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're going to do today that sort of really stuns us and you makes us go, wow, you're 100 or 50 or 40 years ahead of the tech. Like, I don't know, because we've sort of seen it all. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see, but I'm not sure it's what the public wants. So it could tank.
Following on from that, DC has set a date for August 2021 for Suicide Squad, now called The Suicide Squad, with James Gunn attached to write and direct. This is only a month after the Batman is supposed to come out.
Yeah, and I heard he's pretty much ripped the cast out. He's ripped it all apart. He's starting from scratch.
So, from originally the script they had written, they were going to go Suicide Squad, but it was going to be influenced by Mad Max somehow.
What?
Now what? I don't know. Now what James Gunn is wanting to do is to do Guardians of the Galaxy on Earth with DC characters. That's pretty much what he wants to do now.
Wasn't that just like the first Suicide Squad then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then just a bit more of the same.
This is only rumors at the moment. It's nothing concrete. This is just what insiders are saying. They're also saying that he wants pretty much a whole new cast for the Suicide Squad this time around. But it'll most likely only be Viola Davis coming back as Amanda Waller and Margot Robbie back as Harley Quinn, and everyone else will be new.
Good. I think that's
I think if he's just trying to recreate Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a big mistake, and I hope he's not.
Yeah.
Because Guardians of the Galaxy is Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's just the way it is. This needs to be. And this is the trouble with people like Joss Whedon, where you start seeing shit repeat from film to film to film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying his stuff's bad, but you keep getting, you go, oh, this is that character. Oh, this is that. And you see it with authors too. You read one book and then the next whole new thing with different characters, but it's the same freaking characters. It's like, move on.
And it's not being considered as a direct sequel, but as a relaunch of the Suicide Squad.
Oh, fuck, this is a mess.
DC talked about some more stuff recently, because we had a little teaser drop for Birds of Prey. Like a 30-second teaser just showcasing some characters, and that's officially started filming now. And I think in the same article where they talked about new DC movies coming out, they've said that you've got Birds of Prey coming out. Then after that, they're going to do Gotham City Sirens, which will be like Catwoman and Poison Ivy and things like that. And then they're going to do Birds of Prey versus Gotham City Sirens, whereas Margot Robbie will be recurring across all of those. She's gonna kind of be like Wonder Woman and things like that, where they want her to pretty much be the Tony Stark, if you want to compare it to Marvel, to lead these franchises and connect them all and do all this sort of thing with it.
Yeah,
that's apparently what's going on.
I'm not excited.
Stephen King's The Stand is coming to CBS All Access with a 10-episode limited series.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we've had The Stand miniseries before.
Never seen it.
It wasn't bad, but cool. And it's not like a super gory kind of thing, or it's more of a the world goes to shit, what happens kind of thing. So
yeah. Some other news we had: Netflix is working on a Resident Evil TV series.
Yeah, that's
no other information apart from that, but they're working on the new TV series.
Well, no Mila Jovovich, one would hope.
No.
Thank fuck.
I would like to see them try and keep it a bit closer to the game too. I mean, I know you can't one-to-one shit, but I mean, the in the original Resident Evil movie, the house has barely anything to do. Like, they're living in the house. Like, it had nothing to do with shit, and it was sort of like, well, what's the fucking point? I'd like to see
the closest one to the game was the second one.
Well, especially with the recent success of Resident Evil 2 Remake, I think, keep it closer as possible to Raccoon City and sort of what's going on with people on the ground. Anyway, that's your sense.
We also have Monty Python are teasing that they're filming something for the Monty Python 50th anniversary too. So there's that, which will be good. I'm looking forward to that.
All three of them that aren't dead?
Yep.
Yeah.
Next, we have Brie Larson and Lynette Howell Taylor, who was the producer on Star Is Born, has signed a two-picture deal with Netflix.
And no details
Unicorn Store, which is a movie that Brie Larson directed, and another one called Lady Business, which will be the next film that Larson stars and she directs. The Unicorn Store is already filmed, and that comes out March. Not March, sorry. I think it's this month. I could be wrong, but it comes out on Netflix sometime this year, and then she'll be in a movie later on that she's going to write and direct called Lady Business. Unicorn Store also has Samuel L. Jackson in it as well. So obviously they must become good friends with filming Captain Marvel, and he agreed to be in a movie for her.
Fair enough.
Next, we've got Nintendo has revealed a release window for their Super Mario Bros. Animated movie for 2022.
Yep. Fuck that. It'll be shit. It will be
Now
shit.
we got a trailer.
It's a good thing that they kept it animated this time. You know, maybe, who knows, maybe they'll allude to their live action movie.
It will be a pile of shit.
Oh, yeah.
What, animated? Nah.
Yeah. Nah, it'll be shit. It'll be shit. All I can think of is trashy 80s cartoons, like, with, like, 2 frames of animation. It'll be shit.
Hey, I'm sure it can't be any better than how the Sonic's looking.
Right?
Alright, so next we had a trailer for Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Now, to be honest, this movie looks like a hell of a lot of fucking fun.
It does look okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are pissed off over the whole superpowers thing in it.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll explain that.
Yeah, somehow.
But it's also it's a pocket unit. Well, it's not a pocket unit, but if you're not up for it, then just stick to Fast and Furious. Not a big deal.
Yeah, they started filming this year, so you're all good.
Yeah.
Next we have Lee Warnell. We'll tackle the
You can just fuck this right off. Right off.
Actually, I forgot about the news before what to do with him as well. He's also doing an Invisible Man movie for Universal because their Dark Universe is thankfully fucking dead on the ground where it fucking should be. So I actually like his movie upgrade he did. So hopefully he's going to do a good job with Invisible Man as well as Escape from New York. Let's not hear anything from Toby and let's carry on to the next subject. Off we go.
You don't touch it. You don't touch Escape from New York. You can't. This is the stuff with Carpenter's stuff. The reason Carpenter's stuff is so loved today is because it's the definitive 80s, and as soon as you move it out of the crap campy 80s, it's not that good anymore. Like, it's good, but it's not like it's nah. That's fucked. They shouldn't be doing this. Nah.
Look, there's a lot of shit they're touching, and I'm calling it. And like within the next 5 years, we're gonna see a Back to the Future reboot.
Oh, and Big Trouble in Little China too. It's gonna be great.
Which is fucking shit.
Yeah, you will. You will. You'll get a Back to the Future reboot for sure. For sure.
And it'll be fucking shit. Like, it'll tank so hard.
It was in the planning stages quite a few years back with Johnny Depp up for the role of Doc, and Tim Burton.
He can fuck off. Nah, he can fuck off.
And I'm not kidding.
I will never believe any character that Johnny Depp plays has beyond 100 IQ. Never.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel. You heard it here, folks. Barney thinks Johnny Depp's a fucking moron.
What smart character has Johnny Depp ever played? Like, what is the smartest character he has ever played?
Oh boy, he's got us there.
Hollow. There you go.
Oh, he was Ichabod Crane, the teacher. He was he was a dullard in that too.
What about the musical he did with Sacha Baron Cohen?
What, Sweeney Todd?
Sweeney Todd, no.
Yeah, he's a fucking barber. Like, what?
It takes some skill. I don't know, I've never seen any of them, so I got no idea.
Edward Scissorhands, nah. I think he's gone to something here.
No, Johnny Depp playing...
there was a film he did recently within the last few years, a science fiction thing. No, he did a science fiction thing where he, like, becomes immortal or something because he's, like, becomes part of the internet or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Hold up.
You know what I mean.
The internet is not smart.
Transcendence?
Yeah, Transcendence. Yeah, he's meant to be a genius in that. I think the takeaway here is leave John Carpenter's shit alone. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, up to our final bit of news. Now, apparently James Gunn, when he was talking to DC, he got offered to do a Superman movie, and he turned that down. He pretty much got offered to do whatever he wanted. He took some interest in Crypto the Superdog, but decided to pass on that. And with James Gunn interested in doing that, DC has set a release date for May 21st, 2021 for Super Pets. Now, we don't know if this is animated or live action, but it's about a whole bunch of, like, Bat Hound, Super Dog, Streaky the Super Cat.
Oh my god, seriously?
It could be animated, it could be live action, we don't know.
Why? Have they just run out of, like, B-rated comic book characters that they have to resort to fucking animals?
Maybe it's being run by Johnny Depp.
Oh my god.
For a kids movie, that's what it's going to be.
Much.
Now we're done with the news, we can move on to our Super Bowl trailers. And clips.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just
This one
start from the top of the list. Yep.
Wonder Park. I don't know what order mine is in, but we've got Wonder Park here first.
Yep.
An animated movie coming out. Jennifer Garner is probably the biggest name I see there.
Did you ever see?
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw like the first 10 seconds of this, I'm like, why the fuck are they making a Dora the Explorer movie?
That's the impression I got straight
away. I was like, what?
Did you ever remember watching Monster House, the animated?
Yeah.
To me, it's like that. It's kind of, you watch it and you go, yeah, that was pretty good, and then you never watch it again, or maybe you watch it one time more in like 6 years or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll have an okay release at the cinema over the summer break, but I think it's sort of DVD sales and rewatch will be
definitely
ordinary. Yeah,
it'll be on Netflix probably almost straight away.
Yeah, it just sort of seems like one of those generic kids summer flicks that aren't bad, but they're just not remembered.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be memorable or like it'll age well either. Like, it'll come out 6 months later.
You're not going to put it on the bookshelf next to Cinderella and Snow White, are you?
Oh, no.
No way.
Next we had a Super Bowl spot for Hobbs and Shaw, which pretty much wasn't anything new than what we had seen in the trailers already.
Yeah. I gotta say, just following out, like, I don't even know if I've watched all the Fast and Furious. I think I've watched like 6 or 7 of them, but...
Well, did you watch the first one?
Yeah, I did. Of course.
Did you watch the second one?
Yes. And I've definitely watched the third one. Yes.
The third one's the best one out of all of them, so that's fine.
What, Tokyo
Did you watch
Drift?
the fourth one, which is shit? Tokyo Drift is the fucking best by far. Hell yeah.
Okay.
What are you... Why? No,
I love Tokyo Drift. It's so good.
Are you trying to tell me... Are you a weeb? Is that what you are?
You get Han, you get drifts, you get some nice, like... I like sports cars and, like, modern cars. I hate the whole American muscle shit, so that's probably why
they're not sports cars. They're literally not sports cars.
I see more modern cars, more racy type cars, that sort of thing, more than, American muscle cars.
It's like a fucking Suzuki Swift with an exhaust pipe stuck up its ass.
I like Suzuki Swift, alright? Don't get me fucking started there.
Okay, well, that's the answer to that question.
And then you got 4, which was pretty terrible.
And we'll just put that on your Tinder profile, and then you wonder why you're foreveralone.jpg. Oh, burn.
Yep.
Fucking got him.
I'm actually going to take that off it right now.
I like rice cookers. Delete. Yeah, I said I never followed them like I'm not a mad Fast and Furious. I'll watch this probably because more than anything I really like Idris Elba. I don't mind what's his face? No, yeah, Statham. I don't mind Statham too. Like he's pretty cool. So.
Well, then you've also got Vanessa Kirby in there from. I think she was in Mission Impossible, and she's also from The Crown. So she's getting pretty big these days as well. Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna watch it as a standalone thing. Probably when it hits streaming.
I think you should watch Fast and Furious 8.
No.
Because I like to call it Fast and Furious 8 Icy Road, because there's one scene in it that's pretty much just from Mad Max Fury Road with Charlize Theron in it as well. Which they do rip straight out of Mad Max.
Right, thanks for spoiling the movie. Now I can't watch it.
That's alright. You can go fucking watch it. Werewolves are in it too, there you go.
Werewolves, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, full of werewolves.
Motherfucker.
Alright, so next we had a trailer for Us, which is Jordan Peele's new movie.
Yeah, this looks creepy as fuck!
Yeah, it looks good.
So the premise, if you haven't watched the trailer, the premise is sort of like they're living in a house, whatever have you, blah 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 blah. Some weird shit starts happening, and then the horrific thing is they're visited by themselves, but like fucked up versions of themselves that are trying to kill them. Wow, yeah, but it looks spooky. It looks spooky.
March 22nd. This isn't too far away.
Yeah, is this a Netflix straight to Netflix?
No, this is cinema.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this looked kind of creepy. So put me down as interested.
You've got Lupita Nyong'o, from 12 Years a Slave or Black Panther. You've got I forgot his name already. Fuck. He played M'Baku in Black Panther as well. He's in it.
He's like the dad or whatever. Yeah. I can't remember there's some. But the acting looked good too. Like it did. Like even the young casting didn't look like crap. Like it looked pretty much on point. So. I still haven't seen Get Out yet, which I will when it hits Netflix shortly.
This weekend? Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I'll be watching that. But
I mean, Jordan Peele is killing it these days. He's got so much going for him.
Yeah.
He's got, and following on from that, I'll skip to it. They had a small little trailer for The Twilight Zone, which is being run by Jordan Peele. He's the host for it. I think he helped write it. He's producing it.
Not too much revealed in that Super Bowl trailer, but it's cool to see Twilight Zone come back again. I remember watching that shit like way back in the day. You know,
it's coming to CBS All Access on April 1st. Next, we had a trailer for Hannah, which is, I think, a spin-off or a continuation from the movie Hannah, which starred Saoirse Ronan. Amazon is doing a TV show for it.
I didn't see that, but the trailer looked interesting for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's sort of a bit of a Black Widow kind of thing, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. She's been raised from really young to sort of be a killer and all this sort of thing. I think that's what it is. I haven't seen the movie, but
yeah,
I think
my only concern with it, because it seems that she's meant to be like, there's obviously some Russian or something Ukrainian or whatever, but Eastern blood. I hope it doesn't get too Americanized, because that tends to spoil things for me a bit.
I'm watching the trailer. Joel Kinnaman's in it as well. He played Rick Flag in Suicide Squad, as well as the main guy in Altered Carbon for Netflix. He looks like he plays her dad or maybe a handler in this.
Yeah, also RoboCop.
Yes, he was too.
Yeah.
Next we have, there was 3 spots. I only have 2 here for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark from Guillermo del Toro.
Oh boy. I watched the first trailer. I'm like, Then I watched the second trailer. I went, holy shit. Because this is meant to be a collection of short stories, isn't it? Over like a series or something.
I think so. I'm just having a look at the moment. It's a movie.
Oh, it is a movie? Okay.
This is a group of young people attempt to solve a mystery that involves a series of spectacularly horrific deaths in their small hometown.
Okay. Yeah, I said the first trailer, the first TV spot was didn't grab me, but the second one did, and I'm like, oh, Del Toro's back doing horror. Man, I want to see this. I mean, that's what he's best at, I think. So he's produced it. He hasn't directed it, but I'm pretty sure he's written it as well. And Doug Jones, his most frequent collaborators, in it as well as one of the monsters. Yeah. Now I'm looking forward to this.
Then after that, we had another spot for Alita Battle Angel, which will be coming out.
Anime. I think. Have you seen it? No. The anime or the
manga?
I have dabbled in it, and I'm just not excited for this movie. There's just no good adaptations of any anime or manga to live action.
Just in the show.
Ever.
I mean,
Wicked City.
You could probably argue that Chronicle, the last half of that movie, is an adaptation of Akira. That wasn't bad.
What was it? Was it just me though? I'm confused. It looks like the whole thing's live action except for the main character, who's
she's purely CG.
Why?
But they had a proper actress there playing her for the whole thing.
Okay, but
yeah. They just CG'd over. Well,
because James Cameron likes big eyes. That's why.
Okay. So this movie's just total bullshit and wank.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As is all anime. It's
no. I was meaning more the James Cameron. Like it's just James Cameron wank.
Well, he's producing it. Robert Rodriguez directed it.
Right. But why is like I'm not familiar with the character though. Is there a reason she needs to be CG? Like, does she explode into nanobots or something? Or
I think it's just because he wanted to stick with the whole anime look and the big eyes and all that sort of thing. I think.
Okay, because it's
jarring, isn't it?
It's jarring, yeah, because you go from a scene with her and she's in CG, and then you go to a scene where everyone's like real, and it's not even that whole kind of it's so real it's weird, that uncanny thing. It's just not.
Well, I mean, they also have several other actors that play cyborg robot people, but they all have their proper face. They all look like they're actual actors. They just changed her.
I'm sure there's someone that can explain it, but it just seems odd, like an odd choice.
I'll still probably go watch it. It comes out Valentine's Day here, I think.
Yeah, well, you'll be
or
alone,
this weekend.
So. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not going to fucking go on Valentine's Day.
Well, actually, no, you won't be now, because you deleted the thing about rice burners from your Tinder, so you'll probably get a date now.
Yeah, but I don't want to take someone on Valentine's Day. It's like a big fucking, sort of thing to start off with.
Money on them, and there's expectations, and then...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck that.
You got to change your bed sheets. It's just, yeah.
You reminded me for that one. Yeah, that's a good point.
Moving on.
Next we have a Toy Story 4 Super Bowl TV spot.
We did, which was funny.
Yeah. Now, I know they've just finished doing their lines for it. Tim Allen and Tom Hanks have just finished their lines, and they said that it is pretty heartbreaking. Well,
Yeah,
I think it's because it could be the last time ever doing it, though.
Yeah.
Which I would have been happy with 3 being the last one.
Yeah, same.
I thought
like
3 did really well.
Why are they making 4? Like for money? Like,
probably.
Yeah. Like there doesn't seem to be much other reason besides that because they wrapped it up pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
was a good
okay,
ending.
well,
And now what are you going to do? Grind them into fucking, plastic shards? Then that's just, that's heartbreaking for the no need. That's just cruel.
Yeah.
It was good. They had a new home. The whole circle of life was going to continue. Why this?
I don't know. June 21st, that's when it's out.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, we'll see.
On to another one. We've
Big
got...
stuff. Are we on the big stuff yet?
yeah, big stuff now. Last 2.
Big stuff.
Captain Marvel, we got one.
Yep.
Showing some
trailer.
more bits of footage.
I really like the direction that they took with the design of her suit.
Looks
When
nice.
she's like fully kitted out. Like,
the
yeah.
mohawk
Like I
and
thought the
everything.
helmet was gonna look fucking weird, but I think they did fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I've seen some leak stuff, but never mind. Don't worry. No, I was going to say
I'm
something,
really
but I'm like,
interested-
I shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what kind of power level they put Captain Marvel at. Like, is she on like Thor level, or is she?
She's the most powerful one,
no.
that Kevin Feige said.
Yeah, I think she's beyond Thor.
Yeah, but like for the purpose of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like they nerfed the crap out of Doctor Strange. Okay, they just nerfed the crap out of him for this.
Did they though? Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta
Oh, yeah.
but hang on, he's very early in his tenure. Like, I think Strange is going to get more powerful.
He was already
Over
powerful from Doctor Strange to Infinity War. He was good in Infinity War.
Yeah. And I think as we go into Doctor Strange 2 and all the rest of it, there's definitely a power creep in the MCU, and I am certain that they're aware of it and they're in control of it, and they're just going to slowly dial it up. And that's why we're going to phase out people like Iron Man and Captain America, because they're just going to become like street level crime fighters, so to speak. Like, we're moving into bigger and bigger stuff, and they're just going to have to phase out the sort of the less powerful heroes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the direction that they're going, then awesome.
Before I forget too, I did see an article, it was interesting I think it was on Screen Rant, about Chris Evans. We spoke about how he's sort of said he was done but not done with the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
And they had also spoke to some people, and they were all sort of theorizing too that he might go on to do some directing of, some of the Disney streaming
Plus.
shows. So, and I think that's probably where it's going. I think in terms of Captain America, I think he's hanging up the shield, but I think we might still see him involved in a sort of more directing capacity, because I know that's where he wants to go. Yeah, because that's really where he wants to move. I think Evans is keen to get into some directing, so yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but I nearly forgot that. It was interesting. All right, and then the big one.
And the big one. Now, do you want me to go by a shot-for-shot thing that I've figured out myself after watching this? I can do that right now.
All right. Well, give us the brief shot by shot. Go on then.
Alright, so obviously first you got the...
Look at him. He's just like, he just took the leash off the collar. He's like, God, he's on the other side of the park.
I've been wanting to talk about this today, right? And I got no one to talk to about this shit, right?
All right. Come on then, Ethan. Give it to us.
You got a gloomy looking New York. That's the first shot. And then you've got more New York.
Yeah.
More New York.
Definitely got the leftovers kind of feel vibe going on.
And then we get, where do we go now that they're gone? Obviously talking about everyone who disappeared, and obviously it's showing a support group that Cap is a part of, which you'll see.
I could be way off beat, but I also got a bit of a vibe that might have been a Stan Lee tribute in a little way.
Yeah.
It does have a picture of an older man with the cane, and it's like, now they're gone, what do we do kind of thing, and I thought, maybe that's in reference to Lee as well. I don't know. Could be nothing. Go on.
And we have a shot there of Captain looking a bit pissed off, like he's sort of biting his tongue.
Yeah, it also almost looks a little bit like sort of one of those, soldiers returning from war, like you see in Punisher, those sort of help group circles.
Yeah, I kind of got a feeling that he's in a help group and someone's kind of been like, why the fuck didn't you fight Thanos, harder so this didn't happen, and that's why he's sort of biting his tongue.
I think it's probably a survivor's guilt group more than anything.
Yeah, it could be. So,
because clearly he's going to feel guilty.
Oh yeah.
about what's happened. So yeah.
Next, we had probably one of the shots that I love seeing the most is Tony Stark back at work, being like he was in the first Iron Man, with Nebula there looking like she's given him spare parts from her hand. That's what it looks like to me. I like
exactly
this
right.
shot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She looks like she's
This-
definitely
this-
pulling her hand apart or something. Yeah, and he's
Karen Gillan said that, I think it might have been her or someone else had said that Nebula gets a new best friend in this movie, and she's not going to say who. And I'm fucking downright
Definitely
sure
Stark.
that her and Tony Stark, that they've both got daddy issues. They're both grumpy all the fucking time.
daddy.
It's spot on.
Yeah,
But
so the
I
next
like this
Iron Man
shot.
suit is actually just made out
Nebula.
of Nebula. He just gets inside her and flies off.
Yeah. Next, we have a shot outside of the Avengers compound with Rhodey, Banner, Cap, and Natasha all looking up at the sky. And people have pointed out there's a gap between Banner and Rhodey, so they think someone could be CGI'd out, which we have seen in past movies. People
Marvel has
CGI'd out.
definitely done many times before.
Yep. But they
And
like
also
to mislead with their
CGI'd shit in, like Hulk, for instance.
Yep.
You know, that was never...
Yep.
Yeah. What are they looking up at? Maybe Stark's ship re-entering
It could be
into-
Stark and Nebula, or
Yep.
it could be Captain Marvel arriving. Either one of
True.
those.
Yep, good
But-
point.
Widow also has short hair. We've known from concept art and the spot we'll see later on, she does get long and braided hair. But Cap also has no beard. So this is obviously possibly set sometime after Infinity War,
Yes.
but not too long after. This could actually be Nebula and Stark coming down.
Yeah.
Or Captain Marvel, either one.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have this picture of Rocket on a beach, opening up a hut.
Entering some
and
sort of a hut or a shack, yeah.
there's been rumors that he is there with that. This I don't know how true the rumor was, but Thor may have retreated to Norway and Rocket's visiting him there, or they're either on Thanos' planet. But interesting enough, I originally thought this was a white suit that's been teased for the movie that Rocket is wearing, but it's not. It's his comic accurate suit, which is like a blue and red suit that he had in the comics. This is what he's wearing here.
Right.
It's a little bit of fan service for Guardians fans.
Nice.
Next, we get a picture of Black Widow shooting some shots, looking out on the lake. She's got braided hair now, which is a bit longer.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going to see how they cope after the snap, after a couple of years has happened, and showing up what they've done with their time since then. So there's no threats anymore.
Yep. It's also worth noting too that Marvel and Feige have also reiterated that none of this footage is outside of the first 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes.
Yeah. Everything we're seeing here is so there's obviously shit's gonna drop, I guess.
Yeah. There was also talks in the first Endgame trailer that they had actually CGI'd her hair to try and seem like the movie takes place in times it doesn't, to try and just fool viewers.
Would not surprise me. Again, you go back and look at some of those early Infinity War trailers, and there's shit all over the place.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so they're tricky.
Next we had a shot of Ant-Man and War Machine suiting up. War Machine's got a new suit on. Less guns than he had in Infinity War, and he looks like he's got one big one at the back, but it's definitely a new design for a suit. So as Toby said before, something's obviously got them a bit spooked to suit up right now.
Looks like
Unless they're preparing, unless they're both preparing right now to
You look
jump
at
into
their
the quantum
face.
realm, so they're suiting up.
Yeah, you look at their face though, it's not like they're happy smiling. It's almost like someone just walked into the room they weren't expecting and then like power, you know, like
Yeah, it could be that.
Thanos
Well,
walks
what
in
if
the room or something.
I was just going to say, what if Thanos just walks in the room, Rocket and Man have gone out and been
that
like,
would be
"Here's
exactly
Thanos."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But first 20 minutes. This is first 20 minutes for a 3-hour-long movie
right.
at this point.
Yep.
Whew, there's a lot.
A lot happening, yep.
But I mean, that shot there with the two of them suiting up makes me just happy to see Ant-Man back with them actually doing something big with the Avengers, unlike Civil War.
Yeah.
We get a picture of a grimacing-looking Thor, looking a little bit where it looks like he's on the planet that Thanos is on. He's at Thanos' farm, possibly gone there to be like, okay, Thanos isn't here, where the fuck is he? Possibly. But if you look at the scenery up behind it, it does look like it's going to be Thanos' farm.
Yep. Yeah, who knows? Maybe he comes back with Thanos too.
Yeah.
You know, I guess we'll find out soon.
Next we got a shot of Hawkeye or Ronan in some destroyed environment. Don't know when or what's going on, but he's there.
Yep.
Just to let us know that Hawkeye's in this.
Oh yeah, because the fans were pretty upset.
And we also have Cap back with his OG shield with bleeding and damaged fingers, all dirtied up in some sort of battle, getting ready to take his shield. Now, there's been several theories on what happens at this point due to certain leaks that have happened.
Right, because what interests me is, this is the first 20 minutes, so we're assuming that if there is any time travel, this is pre the time travel, which means the last time we saw this shield was dropped at the feet of Tony Stark at the end of Civil War, right? Now, Stark is assumedly up in space.
Yep.
Where does he get the shield from?
Well, if you remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, Happy said that they had just loaded on the prototype for Captain America's new shield.
Okay.
So maybe this isn't his OG shield.
Nice.
Or
catch.
Marvel lied to us and we're not getting the first 20 minutes, but this might be the
Maybe.
one shot that isn't in the first 20 minutes.
Possibly.
Judging by the possible leaks, which we still don't know are true, this could be...
maybe Black Panther gifted him a new shield.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Alright, what did you think of the trailer, Barney?
We're not done yet.
Well, it's done enough.
Is it?
One
No,
long
there's still
shot.
more.
Alright, then
one
go on.
long shot of them walking through the Avengers complex, where if you compare this to the very first Endgame trailer they released, it's almost the exact same shot, except that shot had no one in it. Now you have Cap at the front, Thor behind him, then you have Black Widow, Rocket, and then I think that's Ant-Man behind him, but there's a gap between Ant-Man and War Machine, which rumored to be someone's been CGI'd out again, which I think could be Nebula. Then Bruce Banner is behind War Machine at the back. Now, Nebula could be between War Machine and Ant-Man, and Stark's there, then he's obviously going to be in front of Cap. Because we sure know Tony Stark is going to be sticking at the back with his ego and everything.
Yeah.
So no Hawkeye there yet. So I'm kind of thinking the movie plays out that they try and do something and fail, and then something else happens later on. They go off there for the 5 years or whatever, and then Tony Stark comes back or something. I don't fucking know. But that's that trailer.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, interesting trailer. I mean, it didn't really answer too much. It just created some more questions.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Are we expecting another trailer before it releases?
Yes, probably around March 18th, March 16th. If we're gonna go off what happened last year with Infinity War, we had the first trailer drop in December, then we had the TV spot during the Super Bowl, and then we had another trailer on March 16th, 18th, around there. And right after the second trailer came out, that was when we had tickets went on sale.
Yeah.
So probably just over a month until our next trailer and tickets go on sale for it.
Oh man, so hyped.
I cannot wait.
So next month is Captain Marvel.
Marvel on the 8th.
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
That's
Pretty
by the
soon on
time,
the 5th,
by the
yeah, I
time
think.
people are listening to this, it's like pretty much a month until Captain Marvel. Wow.
Yep.
It's coming up, man. Endgame. So keen.
I know.
Need the
can't
answers. Need the answers. I think we're all hanging for the answers. But
I want answers.
I'm literally taking Kleenex, man. I'm literally taking Kleenex. No, we got caught out last time. We
did. Fucking A, we did.
We were crying and snotting and shit everywhere, and nobody had any tissues.
I was sitting there rocking back and forth,
Ethan was like standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down. He was a mess. Yeah, I'm gonna take some Kleenex this time because I know we're gonna get some real deaths this time. You know, real deaths. So, yeah. Well, what do you think of the trailers? Anything in particular that you want to sort of mention, Barney? Something that caught your eye more than the others, or?
I mean, I'm just as hyped for Captain Marvel and Endgame as everyone else is. Toy Story 4, I'm so medium on it. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so we're waiting to see on that one.
They're just messing with my childhood now. Like, just leave it alone.
Alright.
And that's basically what I'm keen for.
Well, that's about all the time we got for this fortnight. That was an awful lot of news when you think about it. There's a lot of coverage. If you're listening to this podcast through iTunes or our SoundCloud, make sure you head over to the actual Pixel Pop Network website, because there'll be an article that sort of goes with this, and it'll have all of the trailers that we've talked about in this podcast listed there for you. It just saves you having to go and find them yourself. Thank you as always. Huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. You help make this podcast possible. Keep us alive with our SoundCloud Pro membership or whatever it is that lets us have all of our podcasts on here at one time, so you can go back and listen to us doing stupid things many years ago. It's been 18 months or something or more since we started these.
Yeah, we started it. I think it was February 2017. I think maybe March around there.
So that's nearly 2 years.
It was January, sorry, because we ended up doing a big special episode for Guardians of the Galaxy, so we had like 5 or 6 of us in for that. So it's probably actually January we started it.
Right, so there you go. So it's like 2 years we've been doing this now. Right, and people still listen to us. God knows why.
Yeah. Who the fuck
All right,
knows why
so
they
what do we got between now and next fortnight? We've got
give
obviously
me a
a
sec.
couple of TV shows and such on Netflix.
And film, we have Lego Movie 2, Happy Death Day to You, Alita Battle Angel. That's what we've got between now for movie.
Yep.
Netflix, we've got Umbrella Academy. We've got that between that's next week. Sorry, Umbrella Academy is the 15th, so not this Friday, the following Friday.
Right. Okay. So we might have a bit of that on the palette next fortnight, seeing how we go. Yeah. See how much time we've
not
got.
a whole lot else, to be honest. I don't think.
All right. Well, we'll just better hope that Hollywood explodes into a ball of fire, and then we've got lots of news.
Yeah, hopefully something
Yeah,
big.
actually, that was interesting too. Lastly, too, there was no Netflix drop, was there? This year, like last year, there was no.
There wasn't. No. It was rumors around that they were going to drop Triple Frontier, which is the one with Oscar Isaac and Ben Affleck and Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, which had had everybody ever in it. Yeah. That
was rumored to drop, but we had nothing from Netflix this year.
No, they played with us.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that, we'll wrap this episode up. We'll be back next fortnight with some more news and some more gossip and some more waffle and drizzle and dribble and nonsense.
Yep.
And we'll hope you join us then. Dun 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 dun.